we talked a little bit about the balance between data-driven decision making, and I love the way how you put it, bravery in marketing. I think this is important now. I think with the proliferation of generative AI, this is going to be the only differentiator because we are going to be racing toward a sea of consensus driven, generated, mediocre crap, and it's going to take human bravery to cut through. You thought cutting through the noise was like hard before. So can you share a scenario where finding this balance between data driven decision making and bravery in marketing was particularly challenging? And how did your team navigate it?
So I see an opportunity to talk about this bravery in two buckets. I'll start with I think at the heart of an insight, it's a hypothesis. Like it's a guess as to why we think we're seeing those facts and observations. If we go back to that example that I shared earlier about dogs
Mm-hmm.
and feeding pets at meal times or whatever, you could come up with a number of different whys why people are doing that. So we have to pick one and then we have to go in on it and we have to be brave enough to say we might be wrong, this might be different, but it's a leap we're willing to take because we have enough data and enough confidence in what we're seeing that we're willing to take that leap. So an example that I think you and I chatted about, like I love seeing a lot of B2B brands start to play more like B2C brands. And
Mm-hmm.
that requires bravery, but it does help you stand out. You know, the conventional wisdom, and our guts are always full of conventional wisdom, aren't they? And so it's like you have to
They
really be
are.
willing to to take the leap. The conventional wisdom says B2B brands behave in this way, and these are the channels that they should focus on. And yes, there's parts of that. When you find an insight that you feel strongly enough about that has transformative power, having the bravery to say, I'm going to go all in on that and see what happens, that takes a lot of bravery because a lot of times that conventional wisdom is going to feel safe and it's going to feel safe
Mm-hmm.
for your marketing budget because you're like, oh
Yep.
God, if this doesn't work, my budget's going to get cut. That will only lead us to that sea of sameness that you talked about. And that's not good for us or for our industry.